Hey everyone, it's Matt Saunders from the Freelance Business Builder. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about what it takes to build a business around yourself so that you don't see yourself as a lowly sort of fly-by-night freelancer who swoops in, does their part of the work, and then swoops out again. You can do that. That's absolutely fine. If that's what you want to do with your business, then that is entirely cool. But the problem is, a lot of us don't realize when we start our own freelance business that we can and often should be doing more. So in this presentation, I'm titling it How to Build Your Own Machine. Let me take you through this step by step so you can see what I'm talking about. This has been an idea that's sort of been bubbling around my mind for a while now. And this is the way that I've chosen to articulate it through a couple of slides. When you are an employee, let's say you are a brand designer. Now, I worked as a web developer in various different agencies, and that was my role. My chief responsibility there was to deliver websites for the company that I worked in. There was a company director, I had an account manager, there was a marketing officer, and there was a graphic designer, and a few other people as well that were responsible for running that business. You may be a brand designer. In this example, I'm using a brand designer, and that's cool. That's your role. The big problem that so many freelancers face is that when they go freelance, they still see themselves as doing that role and only that role. So on this next slide, see the employee, the freelancer, we've got the same person here doing the same thing that they did. Now, the problem is when you go out into the big wide world and you try to serve clients, you try and get clients, you try and build your business around the, serving those clients. But you do it as that same cog in a machine, if you like. That's what this imagery is all about. If you do it in that way, it's going to be really, really difficult because clients expect and require a lot more than this. And I'm not saying that you're going to move away from doing your core skill. What I'm saying is you need to elevate your thinking to a point where you don't see yourself as a brand designer, a web designer, a copywriter, whatever it is that you did in your agency days, when you worked for other people. When you're a business owner, it's about moving towards this sort of mindset here. So we've gone from an employee who has a role, a single role in an organization, to a freelancer who still sees themselves as limited to that particular role, to a business owner. And this is seeing yourself as the director of a company. And what this mindset shift does is it enables you to see things from a higher level. Now, the role of a company director is to oversee, it's to create a vision, it's to inspire their employees, to inspire their clients, and et cetera, create that path for business growth. And that means that you're going to have oversight on a lot of these functions within the business. And, you might actually, as a creative person, still spend most of your time down here. I certainly did when I run a web design business. I still spent probably about 70% of my time designing websites, but I knew I wasn't a web designer. I didn't identify as a web designer. So when I spoke to particular clients, I would be coming at it with my company director hat on, and I would be asking them bigger picture questions, and I would be interested in how we could best serve that client. And sometimes that meant collaborating with other freelancers. Sometimes it would mean working alongside their extended team or their in-house team. But the point is, I didn't go into those relationships as simply a web designer performing one function. Because when you do that, you end up sort of doffing your cap a little bit and you end up being taken along for the ride. Again, there's nothing wrong with this. And I think a lot of freelancers, when they start out, are probably prone to doing this. But over time, you begin to realize that all of the supposed perks of business ownership are lost if you continue with that employee mindset, if you continue feeling like a cog in someone else's machine. So I implore you from day one, if possible, to start thinking about building the machinery of business around yourself. This doesn't necessarily have to mean actually hiring a team, you know, bringing in account managers and marketing officers and all that kind of stuff. You can do that. But what it's more about is seeing yourself as a business owner rather than somebody who performs a single role within a business. So I hope that this message is received how it is intended. And that is as somebody who wants to see you build a business that is, if you want it to be scalable, it can be. If you want to charge higher fees, you will be able to, because the more you level yourself up and get on the same page and the same side, if you like, as the director or the senior people within your client's organization, the more seriously you take yourself, the more seriously they will take you. And that's just great for everyone. And this video would be incomplete unless I were to plug my online course, which you will find in the description of this video. It's called the Freelance Business Builder, and it is all about evolution from being a freelancer, maybe within the first couple of years of your business, and you still have the sort of employee mindset, that hangover from those 9 to 5 days where you were just a cog in a machine. It's all about taking you from there to building a business. And so in the first instance, that is about knowing the mission and the vision and the purpose for that business. It's about knowing your audience. It's about knowing what it is specifically that you offer to that audience. It's also going to help you to figure out how you can take that offer to your audience in a productive way, without spinning your wheels, without doing all kinds of marketing activities that aren't really getting you anywhere. And finally, it also covers personal performance. So as a business owner, as a solo business owner in particular, you're on your own. You may have a support network, you may have mentors and coaches, but ultimately it's down to you to look after your own well-being and your own productivity. So the course will support you with that as well. So check it out. The link is in the description underneath this video. So take a look, and I will see you in the next video.